Hi everyone, my name is Austin George. I'm an undergraduate at Western Michigan University, and this is my PowerPoint on exploring Fort St. Joseph through GoPro footage. The public seldom understands the complexity of what archaeology is and the many facets in which archaeologists take part in throughout the investigation of a site. The Fort St. Joseph Archaeological Project examines an 18th century mission, garrison, and trading post in present-day Niles, Michigan, ensuring that the community's education and involvement remain a primary goal. Throughout the 2015 field season, we filmed hours of point-of-view footage using a GoPro camera to show the ways in which we work and involve the community. The footage was then compiled to promote archaeology to a younger audience by catching their attention in a new and exciting way. The use of a GoPro gives the viewer a first-person look into how archaeologists and community members experience the site of Fort St. Joseph. The Fort St. Joseph Archaeological Project is an ongoing collaboration between Western Michigan University and the City of Niles to examine the archaeological remains of the fort. Over the past 15 years, WMU has hosted its archaeological field school at the Fort St. Joseph, which is how many participants, including the authors, became involved. This opportunity led to the creation of this GoPro video. I originally began filming so that the project members could reminisce on their time spent at the field school. This, however, quickly evolved into a public outreach initiative. Other field school students and I began filming the multiple activities that they took part in throughout the day to portray the many tasks of the Fort St. Joseph archaeologists. The videos demonstrated both the excavation aspects of archaeology and the project's public outreach programs from the perspective of the field school students. The thought was to use the video to grab the attention of younger generations. So this is what a GoPro looks like. This is the camera that we were using. It is a small, compact camera able to be mounted in different positions and can fit just about anywhere. The first GoPro was a 35mm disposable camera with a one-time use. The product line has since evolved over the years to better suit the needs of its consumer market. The camera used for this study was a GoPro Hero 3, chosen for its small, lightweight, waterproof design and its ability to be mounted to multiple attachments. This camera has a battery life of about 3 hours for consecutive use and can store different amounts of memory depending on the hard drive that you purchase. These devices can record film that is not really expected from most viewers. Most of the activities filmed are quite extreme and not a normal everyday thing. Chafton stated, I quote, "Wearable technology contributes and enhances an apparent trajectory favoring the capture of as much of life and the human condition as possible, both in terms of how people appear and in terms of how people see their surrounding world." End of quote. This product is very helpful to see what the person is filming, what the person filming wants us to see, and can really open up how people make videos themselves. Stated again by Chafton, I quote, "Now, in its third generation, GoPro has been described as the #1 best-selling camera in the world. Younger people are taking the lead in finding and developing applications." End of quote. This type of video can make you feel like you are there and experiencing the same thing that you're watching because it gives you the first-person view of the situation. The thought behind a GoPro is that we will get videos that can't be taken by a normal camera. The GoPro is usually used for extreme sports like surfing and skydiving. Archaeology can open up to new audiences if we let GoPro become a part of excavating. I tried to get as many different shots from as many different positions as I could. I started out by placing the camera in a fixed position. I usually watched over an area because I mainly wanted to get an overview so someone on the outside could see what was happening. Then I decided to put on the head mount and have people wear it around while they worked. This had its advantages and disadvantages. The fixed camera was cool to see the whole project going on. I could go back and watch how quickly some groups were working and what places needed work. I could watch as one group would find something fascinating so everyone would go and gather around so that we could discuss it. The other benefits of it is that there's no movement and you always know where the camera is pointed. The head mount was my favorite style of filming because it really puts you in the archaeologist's shoes. You can see the person's arms and it's kind of like looking down at your own body and watching it work. This is the way that most people use a GoPro because they can capture exactly what they're doing and it gives you the best possible view. This view helped me show when people were digging, people were taking notes, and when people were using the wet screen. When I watch other GoPro videos, I really enjoy seeing the head mount view because it helps me want to go out and do that activity. And this is my video that I made. Alright, after making the video, we decided that we needed to find out what people thought about it, so we created an online survey that goes along with the video. I linked the survey to the video and put a small description with it. I then shared it to Facebook, hoping to get the word spread quickly, but that didn't seem to get completed surveys. We then sent it to people that worked with the fort in hopes to get more completed surveys, but most of the people we found just viewed the video. We had 145 views on YouTube, but only 22 surveys. We were really hoping to get at least 50 responses, but what we got has provided us with enough information to learn from this step. The survey had many different questions on it, some asking basic questions about where they were from and what they thought about the video. We then had questions asking about their involvement with GoPro and what they took away from the video. We were hoping to gather information describing what people thought the video was trying to explain and see if they were understanding what we were doing at Fort St. Joseph. First off, we really wanted to know who had involvement with the GoPro and who actually owned their own GoPro, so we asked 4 different questions. We asked if the respondents owned a GoPro, and out of the 22 responses, we learned that only 2 of them did. We were hoping that we would have more that owned a GoPro so we could see what they were filming. We asked who had ever used a GoPro with the hopes to find out who had been affiliated with it. We found out that 9 of the 22 people had actually used a GoPro before, so this shows us that many people do know about them and have used them for different tasks besides archaeology. Our next question was asking if they ever have searched for GoPro videos online. Out of the 22, only 4 of them have claimed to actually search for GoPro videos, so it's not likely that just by searching around on YouTube they would have found our video. Our next question in this survey was asking how often did they search for the videos. We had several different categories listed: other. Only one person claimed that they watch GoPro videos weekly. 3 of them claimed to watch them monthly. The other 18 marked the box other and in different words described that they don't watch the videos. This once again shows that we won't have very many views on random searches, so we would have to broadcast the video and try to promote it as much as we possibly can to get a younger audience. We also tried to find out the age and location of the people that were taking the survey to find out how well it was getting around. Half of the people that took the survey were about the age of 20, so those would have been people that would have saw it from Facebook probably. The other half really varied because we had people in their late 20s all the way up to a couple in their early 70s. It was neat to see where people were from because it was a very wide variety. We had a large amount of people from Kalamazoo, which is where Western Michigan is located, so these are probably students. We also had several from Edwardsburg, Michigan, which is the location near the fort, so we can see that people near the fort were able to see the video and took the survey. We then asked how the person found out about the video, hoping to see the source that was most useful for distributing videos in the future. 15 people said that they used Facebook, which was the link I shared and allowed others to share. Then there were 4 that claimed to have found it on YouTube. The other 3 stated that they were made aware of it in a college class that the video was referenced in. These 3 questions in the survey can tell us where the information is coming from, what the age group is participating. This will aid us to figure out if this can help bring archaeology to younger generations. There were several problems that we ran into using the GoPro throughout the time at the field school while making the video. There were several technical issues along with things that usually go along with cameras. The technical problems with the camera were mainly related to the battery. It only has about a 3-hour time limit and I do not own an extra battery. So this created an issue. When the battery dies, you can't take any more videos that day. There were several times where I would take a bunch of videos in the morning and then in the afternoon there would be an event that I would hope to get on camera, but I couldn't because the battery was dead. The last technical problem that I ran into was the time and quality of the computer it takes to make a good video. I had a lot of trouble trying to put the video together because right when I would get to a good point to save, the computer program would crash and would stop responding and I would have to start all over. The next videos that I will make, I'll make sure to use a better computer so the results are of better quality. Another problem that we ran into at first was the fact that cameras can change the situation. When using a camera, we see that a lot of people change their mood and attitude. It often makes people nervous and they react in strange ways, like maybe they don't speak, or at least not as much. It also affects their gestures. Some people may try to be funny when on camera, or even do something like talk with their hands even when they don't normally do that. The future of archaeology could really be affected by these cameras. There is an instance of better documentation and also to watch and see what's going on in the field. As the products advance by becoming smaller and more compact, we will be able to do different things with them that may advance certain aspects of archaeology. There are several different ways that this can help people in times to come. First off, we can rewatch videos and see what all took place and see the location of where something was possibly found. Along with the notes and photographs, we can start attaching a flash drive of the video that was taken of certain units to look back on. This will become a new way of documentation that would benefit everyone in future times. Second, this could open a door to people who really enjoy technology to becoming a part of archaeology. This could be a new instrument used in the field that would be taught by individuals who knew how to use it. Finally, we could use it to show new aspects of archaeology in history shows and videos by adding first-person view into these things. This could help others learn about the proper ways of practicing the archaeology by showing how it's done correctly. The future could have many instances where a camera would be important, or even in the past, but without video documentation, we may not find out. Thank you.